what you want to do is have maintenance of a bookkeeper. So whether you're using a tool like QuickBooks or whether you've hired somebody to do that as well or separately, you need to have some type of bookkeeping in progress. And so some of the things that I do is that I have, whenever I, charge something or whatever, of course, like input it into your QuickBooks, input it into whatever accounting system you're using for your business. But then I also take some screenshots. I also have in my email things that I've labeled where it is saying that it's like, bills or invoices for my business. So I can easily go to them if I need to refer back to them. So that way, if somebody's like, hey, what are your invoices? And I know. And then you also should have like a little spreadsheet alongside of that. Have your systems in place. Have your systems in place. Have the SOPs out there, the standard operating procedures of doing something. Have them ready. Have them ready to go. Write them as you're going along. Have your, whoever's on your team, have your team members write their SOPs for the different tasks that they are performing. So the SOPs are standard operating procedures, which basically is why you're doing something and what is the purpose of that, why it's important in your business, what are the steps A through Z to get that task completed, and when is the task completed? What does a completed task look like? And have it written down, have all the tools in place, have the logins in place, or where to get the logins, or, it's just something where it's easy access and it's also literally anybody can pop in, look at those SOPs and figure it out. Because that's the whole point. We don't want to be dependent on any one person. And what happens is, as an entrepreneur, as you're building your business, you start becoming dependent on a lot of on your team members, which is fine, but you need to have a working knowledge of how to do certain things. And that working knowledge is not there so you can get into the nitty-gritty. It's not there so you can start micromanaging, but it's there when you need to get into the trenches, you have the capability of doing it. And you're not going to be some dumbfounded person who's just standing around lost. I have been there, so I speak from experience. It sucks, and it's not something you want to do as an entrepreneur. You feel like you don't have a good grip on your business, and you also, for me at least, I felt like, man, how can I be a leader when I myself don't know what I'm doing? And so those are some ways for me, in my opinion, for myself to have a better grip on my business, have a working knowledge of how things work. Whether or not I'm very proficient in it or an expert in it doesn't matter. It's a working knowledge, then that's what I need. I need to know how to get from A to Z. A business plan. So the business plan is basically something that is telling others your plan of action. It is telling what the purpose is, what the mission is, how you plan to execute it, what are some of the pitfalls that you see or the challenges that you see, how you plan to overcome those challenges. The reason is because it shows commitment, it shows thoroughness, it also shows that you have more clarity in your business, and you also can tell somebody else why and how their money is going to help you. Because if you just ask for money but you don't show the purpose of that money or the need for that money or what you're going to do for that money, why is somebody going to invest in that? They're not going to invest their personal money into you then, or money they can take and invest in somewhere else where they see a better gain or a better benefit coming out of it. So business plans are necessary for asking for money. A lot of people will ask you for the business plan, very few people will not. And even if they don't, at least you have it as one of your tools in your tool belt. But think about your name. Research the name. Google it. Your best tool is Google. If you Google, you'll be able to see if there's anybody else in this world, not just where you are, but this world that has the name that you're looking for. And how are they using it? Are they using it in the same industry as you or in the same capacity as you? Or are they using it as totally something different? So my most favorite example that I give all the time is Dove. Dove candy bar and Dove soap. So they're both named Dove, but at the end of the day, they're serving two different clients, two different industries. And so it works well. And everybody knows what Dove hand soap is, and everybody knows what Dove chocolate is also. And you can even describe the kind of chocolate that you get from it or the kind of soap that you get from it, but there's no confusion on the two brands. And so when your business, you can look at your business and say, okay, who am I serving? What kind of products and goods am I offering? Now, does this name make sense? Does anybody else have this name? So Google it, go to the USPTO, see if anybody else is using this name. And then how can I take this name and really integrate it into my business where I am now aligning my mission to my product line or my services and to my customers, and it's all getting linked. Have those hard conversations in the beginning. A lot of times people are scared to have the hard conversations or scared to have the conversations about money or how the money should be paid or other terms that end up popping up to be really important or disruptive during the course of the relationship, and that can also cause a lot of problems with regards to the momentum of the work that you're doing and the workflow. So it's really important to have those hard conversations in the beginning. So, conversations that sometimes with regards to money or even cancellation policies, and then that way you are putting it up in the beginning of the relationship, you're putting it up in the onboarding process, but it's a soft exposure to it. It's a softer way of having that conversation rather than when you're in the weeds of the problem. So you can tell them that, listen, this is my policy, and my policy is because of XYZ reasons. I want to make sure that I'm giving the best quality and services that I can give, but the only way I can do that is for me to ensure that you are in this to win it with me, and I need to make sure that you are doing XYZ as well. Those conversations can be difficult, and over time they'll become easier, but it's really important to have the hard conversations in the beginning rather than at the time of the contract or post-contract when you have an issue. And I am Girija Patel. The information I did share today was for informational purposes only and for educational purposes. I hope this was helpful, and I will catch you later. Good luck.